So breaking news, trucking firm Yellow shuts down. And this is one of America's biggest and oldest trucking companies. Operations shut down on Sunday. And the implications of this could be very widespread. Because trucking is essentially the lifeblood of this country. And if you piss off enough truckers, and, no offense to the actors and the writers, but we can live without movies, right? Like, we'll be fine. There's books, there's video games, whatever. But without trucking, we can't get food, we can't get medicine, we can't get supplies. So it struck me today. If you piss off enough critical workers, such as truckers, you can essentially destroy the country. And why are they shutting down? Let's get into the article. I'm just bringing it up right now. It's a LinkedIn article. They cut 33,000 jobs. 22,000 were members of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters Union, and it's selling its logistics business. It's trying to avoid bankruptcy. It has an outstanding debt of $1.5 billion and a strike threat. If they shut down, how are you going to get food? How many people in this? Well, everyone in the Midwest and the southern central states, I guess they can grow their own food. They have a lot of farms nearby. But the well-to-do cities like Portland, Seattle, New York City, San Francisco, what the fuck are you going to do when suddenly your Whole Foods has no food? Do you know how food grows? Do you know where your food comes from? Do you think Whole Foods grows your beef in the back? They don't. What are you going to do? A lot of these millennials have no idea what the food manufacturing pipeline and supply chain looks like. They have no idea. I lost the article again. Sorry, I'm getting heated thinking about these millennials. They received a $700 million pandemic loan, but that wasn't enough, and then they're expected to file bankruptcy soon. All I'm saying is, if you piss off enough critical people, enough critical workers in this country, there will be massive repercussions. There's a lot of strikes happening now, and a lot of them are going to start affecting us, I think, much sooner rather than later.
Alright, so shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Hakim and her pushing his gospel and truth and his sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bahashem El Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bahashem El Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses, man. Hey, so you heard it right here, man. Right, major trucking company is ultimately about to go bankrupt, man. Already talking about 33,000 jobs are at risk, and really it doesn't just stop there, right? When dealing with this famine that's ultimately firmly taking hold, right, really on the world, right? This is dealing with the United States, but again, this is being felt all over the world, right? We have situations such as India, going through climate, catastrophes, flooding, droughts, so on and so forth, right? To where now their rice production, has been severely severely reduced, to where they have to ultimately, cancel all and ban all exports of, what they say, non-basmati white rice, right? To where now you got places over here in America, right, are feeling that pressure, right? People in certain states are feeling that pressure, just from the rice alone, right? To where in certain areas, Texas, Michigan, other places around the world, around America, Louisiana, Illinois, so on and so forth, are having to ration, right, off that rice, right? Say, okay, we're gonna replace limits on how much you're able to buy, right? We're gonna place limits on, you having to buy, this amount of products, within the store of other products outside of rice before you can actually buy, your allotted limit of rice, right? and so on and so forth, man. So everything is really starting to, when dealing with this famine, is really starting to take a firm grip, on the world, man, right? And this is just to throw that icing on the cake, man, right? That now the transportation of consumer goods is being hindered as well, man, And again, it doesn't just stop here, man. It's gonna the snowball is continuing to roll downhill, and it's continuing to pick up speed and continue to, get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? The issue is getting bigger and bigger and bigger to a point where it's now noticeable, right, by the average. This is an average Joe right here, man, right? Now people are really starting to see where now people are really starting to get worried, And I came across another article, which we're going to hit precepts after this. But this is on Newsbreak app. It says Tyson Foods, right, which we know Tyson, right, is a big, huge worldwide name brand, right? It says Tyson Foods sales hit by slowing demand to shut 4 more U.S. chicken plants, man, right? And this is dealing with the past few years. All these food processing plants have left and right, one after another, back to back, been being blown up, or fires happen, right? Which again, we understand, right? 2 Corinthians 2:11, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, if his evil intent or his evil purpose. We understand why all of this is taking place, right? And again, it's to create that chaos that these elites need, right? To bring in their solution. Brothers is constantly mentioning that, right? We understand his agenda, right? And we're, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, right, revealing that agenda unto you and showing you that, yes, Esau Edom, has a part in this, right? A part in these, food processing plants being destroyed, part in these, the economy completely being destroyed and hindering, again, the transportation of consumer goods and this other markets and other areas of the economy, right? He does have his hand in this, right? But first and foremost, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the one that is allowing these events, right? Such as these climate, catastrophes that are happening around the world, as well as allowing Esau Edom to do what he is doing, right? The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the one that's in control, man. Before we grab that, let's grab this, just to prove that, right? In Sirach, the 18th chapter, right? One of my favorite chapters, right? This is Sirach 18 and verse 1. It says, he that liveth forever hath created all things in general. See, that's why I hate that fucking, let me try to pull it up. Slakia. Cuss. 18. KJV. Slakia, man. My freaking my 1611 app, you see in the second verse, it wiped out half the verse. So we'll read it on here. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, the 18th chapter, the first verse. It says, he that liveth forever hath created all things in general, right? That's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, right? The Ancient of Days, man, right? Yahweh, which is that name of the Heavenly Father, right? Who the world ignorantly calls God, which God is just a title, right? His true name in the Paleo Ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, right? Which means he is, or he to be, right? And then, Bahashim, in the name of his only beloved begotten Son, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which was true name in the Paleo Ancient Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, man, which means he delivers, or he saves, man. This is who it's talking about, man. Yahweh in the name of his only beloved begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, man. It says, he that lives forever hath created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he, right? Here's the point. Who governeth the world with the palm of his hands, right? So he controls everything that happens in the earth, man. In the spiritual realm, in all the different realms, including here on earth, man. He controls everything, good and evil, man. It says, who governeth the world with the palm of his hands, and all things obey his will. So the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the one that's allowing Esau Edom, right, to do what he does, man. Esau Edom truly believes that it's him, and he's got his own plan, and he's executing his own agenda, and this, that, and the third. Hey, but the Lord said, right, that the deceived and the deceiver are his, man. Right? So Esau Edom is being deceived by the Heavenly Father, right, to truly believe, right, that he's in control. But in reality, it's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that's in control, right? It says, for he is the king of all, by his power dividing the holy things from among them from profane. That's right, man. So going back to it, going back to that Tyson, right? It says Tyson Foods missed Wall Street expectations for third quarter revenue and profit on Monday, hurt by falling chicken and pork prices as well as slowing demand for its beef products, right? So again, people aren't able to ultimately buy, as much. It's not that the demand ultimately went down. Really, it's the ability to purchase, right, has gone down, right? Because again, you have prices going up, but yet the wages are staying the same, really. So everything is getting more expensive, right? Prices for food across the board are getting more expensive. Interest rates are going up, right? People are paying more at the pump. People are paying more when it comes to rent, right? So again, people are being hit in all different areas, right, of life. All necessities, people are being hit. So again, it's not that the demand ultimately went down. Demand is still high up, right? Demand is more, but it's the ability to purchase these things, right, have gone down, man. Which again is hitting, as we see, it's hitting Tyson Foods, man, which is a major, a food processor with here in America, man, right, and as well as across the world, right? It says the company said it is closing 4 more U.S. chicken plants in the latest bid to reduce costs, right? It says shares were down nearly 6% pre-market, right? Tyson has already cut corporate jobs and shuttered other chicken plants this year as it struggles with declining profits and reduced demand from consumers squeezed by inflation and higher interest rates, right? Again, so it's not necessarily, the lack of demand or reduced demand. It's the reduce of being able to actually purchase these products, man, And we already know that Tyson alone, I think it was last year, the brothers were posting this, pictures and screenshots. Tyson alone last year had already dropped anywhere from between, I think, 3,000 to 6,000 jobs already, right? So now they're closing more, right? And these are plants that again employ thousands of people, man. 10, 15,000, 20,000. Maybe even low as 1 or 2, maybe 3,000 people, right? As a whole, all these four plants are going to equal up to thousands of jobs, man. That are going to be lost, right? Which means a lot more people are going to be feeling that pressure. They're not going to have jobs, which means they're not going to have money to purchase things, man. And this is all being married with the fact that transportation of consumer goods are being hindered as well, man. Thousands of jobs are being lost in that market as well, right? It says the company hiked prices last year to offset spiraling feed and labor costs, but has been hit in 2023 by lower prices in core protein segments such as pork, right? The company has also struggled to predict sales and previously said reduced demand for beef made it difficult to pass on higher costs to consumers. Which this is a multi-billion-dollar company, right? They make billions of dollars, right? And they're still trying to pass on that higher price to you people, man, right? But in them doing so, and in them trying to do that, guess what? That shit backfired on them, man, right? And now that cost is hitting them hard, right? Because again, they tried to pass on that higher price, right? People weren't buying it, right? People were, again, that pressure, they were feeling that pressure, and people were spending less money, right? People were spending a lot less money, right? When prices start to go up, you start to see, purchases ultimately go down, right? Because people don't have that much money, especially since inflation is taking hold, right? And soon hyperinflation, right? And wages aren't even, going up, man, So of course people are going to be, ultimately buying less, which means guess what? Them raising the price, right? Thinking that it was going to benefit them, it really didn't. Again, it backfired on them because they had to lower the prices back down, right? In order for them to, continue to, make sales, right? Which again is hitting them as we're seeing, right? And this isn't too long of an article. We're just going to skip it. Actually, we'll read this. It says chicken, beef, and pork all face different types of macro and market challenges. The chief financial officer, John R. Tyson, said in an interview that's persisted for a little while, right? And it ultimately shows you, chicken nuggets, so on and so forth. All these different things are price gouging, right? And in some instances, prices being raised up. It says next quarterly sales fell 3% to 13.4 billion, below analysts' expectations of 13.59 billion, which isn't that much of a difference, right, in their pockets, right? To us, that's a lot of fucking money, man. That's 400 million, some change dollars, man. That's a lot of fucking money, but nonetheless, in their pockets, that's really ain't shit, man. But yet they're whining and crying about it, right? It says the company's average sales prices fell 16.4% for pork and 5.5% for chicken, while rising 5.2% for beef. It says domestic consumers continue to look for lower cost protein alternatives, trading down from higher cost proteins like pork or reducing overall protein consumption. Again, prices going up, people are buying a lot less. People are, leaning on that more, let me eat some more vegetables, let me eat some more fruits and stuff like that, man, because meats are getting, extremely expensive. I think I had seen at one point in, somewhere on the East Coast, I can't remember, I knew it was on the East Coast, but there was a, package of meat going for like $40-50, and it was like one steak, so, and that was, I think it was a year and a half ago, and how much more now, right? Because not everything is reported. Not everything, is put onto social media. Even though social media, is everywhere, not every time is something, to put on social media. So there are places, right, that are dealing with major, inflation of prices, in different parts of America, right? It says Tyson expects the closing chicken plants to stop operating in the company's first 2 quarters of fiscal 2024. Right, it says estimates total charges of 300 million to 400 million from the closures. Right, so again, they're hurting, and we can ultimately skip the rest of this. You can pause the screen, read the rest of it. Right, but again, a famine, the lack of food, is starting to really take hold. And again, people are starting to see it. Right, people are starting to see the dominoes starting to smack down. And it's starting to make its way around. People are feeling that pressure. People are seeing, the pressure itself, and it's only going to continue to get worse, right? Let me grab this precept. We'll see if it works on here. 2nd Esdras 15. Yeah, we'll start at verse 5. 2nd Esdras 15 and 5 says, "Behold, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem El Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world." Right? Seeing therefore, this is the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem El Shai doing this, man. The Lord is doing this, man. 2nd Esdras 15 and 1 from the 15 and 5 from the top. "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Right? The Lord's bringing that famine, man. And again, we see it, right, from these different, I guess, what am I thinking of the word? I guess these different in occupations, right, such as transporting, right, the trucking industry and so on and so forth, are being, damaged, right? Their revenue is going down. They're looking to, for their employees to start striking, right? The people are going to raise up because of the cost of living. They're not getting paid enough, right? Which again once that strike happens, right, people are going to stop working. That means trucks are not going to move, which means product is not going to be moved, which means these stores are looking at their produce, right, their stock ultimately dwindling, man, right? Because people are not going to stop buying food, right? These people on here, they're in that flood time mentality where they don't see what's going on, right? They're not paying attention, nor are they worried about what's going on, right? Because if they were, people would ultimately be, preparing a lot more, but none of these people are preparing, right? You have your doomsday preppers and stuff like that, but first and foremost, they rely on the products, right? Those that are truly in the faith, those are truly, of the sheepfold. We rely on Yahweh B'Hashem El Shai, because he's the one that's bringing the issue, and he's the one that's going to ultimately be able to deliver us from said issue, man. So you have your people that are prepping, right? But they're not prepping correctly, right? The only way to properly prepare, to properly, get ready is to get into these scriptures, man, right? It's to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, as it says in Isaiah 33 and 6, wisdom and knowledge, right? And it's not talking about the wisdom and knowledge of the world. It's talking about the wisdom, knowledge of the scriptures, right? The wisdom, knowledge of Yahweh B'Hashem El Shai. is going to be what? Thy stability of thy times and the strength of salvation. So the only way that we're going to properly make it through, right, is getting into the scriptures, right? Getting right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, repenting, right, from the ways of the world, repenting from the ways of these heathens, you know, and turning back to our law, turning back to the law, statutes, and commandments which were given to us by our power, right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. And again, this word is going out to you Israelites, right? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as you Israelite foreigners, right? Which are you Israelites that have been scattered into these other nations through the diaspora, right? And throughout time began to look like these nations, but yet going back to the lineage of your father, you are Israelites, man. You know, this is who this word is for. This is who Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua has chosen to be his nation, man. Right? And again, the warning is going out to you, right? That you need to get right, right? Because the Lord, as it says right here, he's bringing that famine, right? And we understand that, you know, when a famine takes hold, what takes hold as well? Death, right? So as it says, I'll read verse 5 again. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. That's all coming, right? We watch these videos, we look at these articles of things that are happening in the world, and we filter them through the scriptures and say, yes, this is what was told is going to take place, and they're taking place right before our eyes. So how much more should we get ready now, right? How much more should we turn away from the ways of the world, which are not going to benefit us, right? And turn to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? And follow after this doctrine of life from which he hath given, right? Beginning with his, beginning with the true prophets, which are, beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, man, the true prophets of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? Giving out this word freely, man, not for filthy lucre's sake, as you see some other camps doing, I'll keep reading, right? Verse 6, it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord is bringing these things upon the world, right? Because of the evil and because of the wickedness that's here, right? Let's jump to chapter 16 and verse 19. We'll start right here. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. So the Lord is sending these things out, right? Sending these plagues upon the world, right? To correct the evil and wickedness that's here, right? Because in order for the kingdom to come, right, wickedness has to be eradicated, man. And the Lord's doing that again by these plagues, by all these things that are coming upon the earth that you see, And I'll keep reading. Verse 20 says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? So again, most of these people out here, right, they're not paying attention, nor do they even care, man. These people just are completely blinded, man, by the cares of this world, by the cares of this life, and their fleshly lusts and so on and so forth. And well, as we read in 1 John 2 and 15, that the love of this world, right, is enmity with the Most High, man. You being a friend of this world, right, means you're an enemy of the Lord, man. So most of these people are going to be destroyed here in America, man, right, and as well as in other places in the world, right? Verse 21, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case, right, man? You think, hey, you know what? Yeah, even though we see these things happen, and I'm still able to go to the store, I'm still able to purchase, what I'm able to purchase. I can go and get my little, little snacks here and there, my cookies, my this, that, and the third. I can run and get my little ice cream, this, that, and the third. I can sit back, watch my movie, right? You people are not worried, right? Because you're able to still get these things, but you're not considered, right? You don't consider the latter end of the things that are coming, You people, what does it say? It says in 2 Ezra 7th chapter, it says, why hast thou not considered the thing that is to come rather than that which is present? Right? And people are more worried about what's going on right now and what they're able to do rather than that, rather than having, that foresight, right? The scriptures say that a prudent man, right, a wise man, foreseeth the evil, meaning you see it before it comes, right? You see it before it comes and you hide yourself. And how do you hide yourself? In these scriptures, man. Scriptures say that the Lord is our shield and buckler. His word, his truth is our shield and our buckler, man. Pursuing Psalms the 91st chapter, man. The whole chapter is beautiful, man. But I'll keep reading, right? It says, behold, victual shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. It says, even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? So it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to get worse, right? And soon, right, you people are going to walk into these stores and there's not going to be no food, right? With the trucking industry ultimately being, about to, hitting, right, as far as this company that the man mentioned, right? They're filing bankruptcy, man, right? And if they do that and they shut down, that's 33,000 jobs that are going to be lost, man, right? That means all those truckers, right, that move these trucks, that move produce, are not going to be working. No food's going to be moving, right? And the food that you people are buying on a regular basis, acting like there's nothing going on, right? Soon, you're just going to keep dwindling the products, right, and the supply in these stores, to one day you're going to walk in these stores, there's not going to be no food, man. We'll come back to this, right? We're going to jump to 2nd Ezra 16, or 2nd Ezra 6, and verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, right? There's not going to be no food. There's not going to be no water, right? There's nowhere that you're going to be able to run to go and get, your food and your water, man, right? And that's including your big stores all the way down to your small stores, man. Wherever they got food, wherever they got water, there's not going to be any of it, man. And you people are going to be in a very fucked case, man. Continuing on, verse 3, it says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. Right? You people are going to be wigging the hell out, man. You people are going to be wigging out. You're not going to know what to do, right? When the scriptures clearly give you the knowledge of what you're to do, right? Scriptures say, in the time of trouble, make not haste, man. Roughly paraphrasing Sirach, the 2nd chapter, man. Make not haste in the time of trouble, right? But lean on the Lord, man. Trust in the Lord, right? That's the only thing that you're going to be able to do, right? Because Yahweh Shem Shai is the one that's bringing these troubles, right? And he's the only one that's going to be able to deliver you from the troubles, man. It says, verse 24, it says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Right, man? You people are going to be wigging out. There's not going to be no food, no water. And what's going to happen, right? 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 19th verse is going to take place, right? As well as this verse right here, 2nd Ezra 6 and 24, right? You people are going to be breaking into people's houses, right? You people are going to be using your guns, this and the third, so you can go and get food and feed your family, man, or feed yourself, right? However the situation may be, it's going to get real lawless out here. It's going to get real chaotic out here. But this is what, the elites want. This is what the elites need, is for that chaos to ring forth so they can bring forth their solution, right? Because everything's going digital, man, right? All roads lead to the MOTB, right? Everything's going digital, right? Prices going up, jobs are being lost. So what are they going to do, right? They're going to come in with this MOTB, right? And say, hey, you know what? We got universal basic income, right? The world coin, right? People have been talking about it. World coin just came out, right? And said that if you scan your face or scan your fingerprints, you know what I mean? Then they'll give you what? I think it was like, at first it was, I think it was like 2,000 world coin or something like that. And then they give you, after that, they give you 1 coin every week or so. 1 or 2 coins every week or so to keep you, having funds in your pocket. This is their whole agenda, man. This is why all these things are happening at the same time, right? All these things are happening at the same time. WorldCoin, they came out with their WorldCoin. They're having people scan their faces and fingerprints and so on and so forth, right? You got the CBDC coming out. FedNow is released. All these different things. The trucking industry is going bankrupt, right? Tyson Food is closing their markets. At the same time, they're coming up with, and have approved, these lab grown meats and so on and so forth. It's all coming together, man. None of you people are watching and paying attention to what's going on, right? Esau Edom is right under your noses, building and establishing his NWO, man. right? Which is based off of nothing but wickedness, man. Lab-grown meats, it's all nothing but chemicals, man. It's not real meat. It's chemically grown, right? So he can keep you people in a docile state. He can keep you people dumbed down because all these chemicals destroy your body, destroy your mind, right? This is all part of his agenda, man. You know? But yet again, you people don't see it. You people are not paying attention, right? But again, you have the prophets on the highways and byways, right? Bringing this truth out, man. You know? Let's jump to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 62. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. That's the prophets, right? The watchmen do what? They look, they watch, they see what's coming, right? Aforetime the prophets were called what? Seers, right? As the scriptures say, man. So the watchmen are the prophets, right? Today, right? They're watching, they're paying attention, and they take these events, filter them through the scriptures, and put it together in a video epistle and give it out to the people and say, hey, watch this. This is what's happening. Take heed to what's being told to you. Because the time that's coming is not going to be a time that's going to be happy-go-lucky. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a time where you can just skate through. No, this is going to be a very trying time, right? Because, again, this is going to trickle over into the prophecy of Revelations 13 and 16, right? Where it's going to be like a time like no other, where famine is going to take hold, you know, complete and utter chaos, martial law, Esau, Edom forcing the charagma, throwing people in the FEMA camps, people dying of starvation, dying of dehydration, right? And many other things are going to be entailed in this time, man. Right? Scriptures talk about newly created beasts, man. Apparitions, people seeing demons, man. You know? This is the time that we are coming into. You know? And this is what the prophets are warning you of, right? It says, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. You have prophets all over the world bringing out this information, man. Prophets all over the world warning you, you know, as well as exhorting you, right? Comforting you through the scriptures, right? For those that truly believe, those that truly take hold of this truth, you know, that death is coming, right? Death is coming, right? And the Lord is going to protect those that truly take heed and that are sincere, right? And that serve him in these times. You can read that in Isaiah, at the 65th chapter, man, you know, beginning at the 13th verse. You know, it says, I'll start the top of 6 again. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. And we're not keeping silence, man. Every single day, we're going to continue to push out the words of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Continue to warn you people, right, that are out here being wicked as hell, that are out here, you know, scoffing and mocking the true prophets, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Right, we're warning y'all, man, and exhorting those that truly believe, man, right, that the Lord's got our back. You know, we're not keeping silence, man, no matter what. In the scripture, it's verse 7. It says, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Right, man, we're not giving him no rest, man. Right, we're constantly throwing up prayers, constantly throwing up curses on this place and all you wicked motherfuckers, man. You know, if you don't want to get right, hey, a curse is being thrown on you, man. You know, if you cast off the works of darkness and put on the works of righteousness, follow after righteousness, right? Hey, then prayers are going to be sent up for you, man. You know, hey, there was a dude that came up to camp, you know, this last Saturday, right? And you know, at first it was kind of hard to, you know, to judge, you know, how he was coming. Right? But hey, through the spirit, hey, brothers, realize this man he came up and he was asking for prayer, man. You could see he was searching for something, man. And that man's name is Rod, man. You know? And Lord will, he can come to the truth, man. Lord will, he can repent, you know, and come into the sheepfold, man. You know? May the Lord strengthen that man, man. May the Lord protect that man. You know, and all those that truly believe, man, all those that truly, you know, hate this society and ultimately want to see this place go down, man, and see a righteous rulership be established, man. You know, hey, man, come on now. We're going to do this every single day. You know, as long as the Lord puts his spirit on us, right? We're going to continue to do it, man. You know? No matter what, man. No matter what, man. You know? Again, so we're warning you people, man. Get right, man. Get right with Yahweh Shem El Shai, because the famine is, again, it's only going to continue to get worse. It's only going to continue to you know, that grip is going to continue to get tighter and tighter and tighter, man. You know? This place, it's hitting hard, man. And the Lord's coming hard, right? So that means we need to go hard for Yahweh Shem El Shai, man. You know? But I want to end it with this. You know, I didn't want to speak on this too long. I know I'm going kind of long, but this is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, remember now the creator remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, right? And they're approaching, right? Fast are these evil times approaching, man. These bad times approaching, right? To where you're going to see literal people, you're going to see cannibalism. You're going to see people dying and, you know, passing out, and, you know what I mean? You know, the houses getting ransacked, people ransacking other people's houses, and so on and so forth. These are the times that we're coming into, right? You're going to see people getting shot down, gunned down. You're going to see robot armies and so on and so forth. All these things are going to take place, and you're going to see them with your eyes, right? So it's time for you to ultimately get right with Yahweh Shem El Shai, so that when that time comes, you have a hedge of protection around you. You've been making those spiritual deposits, right? So you can make spiritual withdrawals in the time to come, man. You know? This is what it's all about, man. We see these things happening. We see these things taking place, and we're hiding ourselves, man, in the scriptures, in the words of Yahweh Shem El Shai, man. You know? It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right, man? You know, and actually I'll grab one more. This is Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. So don't be sitting here saying, oh, you know what, I'll get it tomorrow, man. I got a lot to do today. You know what I mean? I got a lot to do. You know, I'll do this, I'll do that. The most important thing that you can do in this time is to, you know, cast off all those things that you want to do, right? And do what you need to do, which is take heed to this word, man. You know, because most of the things that we do within our lives, these are all things that we want to do, right? These are all things that we can put off, right? And it won't have no significant, you know, effect on us or our life, right? But you putting off this truth, you putting off Yahweh Shem El Shai, that will have the greatest, you know, effect on your life, man. And that's for the worse, right? You not taking heed to this word will ultimately have you be destroyed, man, by way of, you know, these judgments that the Lord's going to bring, man. You know, you not getting it right now, you putting it off for later, that's going to have you get destroyed, man. Like it says right here, it says, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security, right, in your comfort, right, thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man. You know? So get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding while you can, right? And right now the gates of mercy are closing, but they're not closed yet, right? So you still have time to get this word. You still have time to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. Don't be slothful ass nigga, man. You know, we all know, you know, Jay got that nigga time, man. Always want to do shit last fucking minute. Don't want to think ahead, you know. Always want to bullshit, play around, joke around too much. Hey, well, guess what? That's going to lead to your ass being killed and put to death, man. You know? So don't be playing around, man. This ain't nothing to play with. Yahweh Shem El Shai ain't messing around, right? Neither shall we, man. You know? So with that, Lord will was edifying. Lord will was straight to the point. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachak, Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing his gospel in truth and in sincerity, to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, by Hashem, El Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, by Hashem, El Shai, Lord willing, fall upon all your houses. Till next time, I say shalom.